All right, our next speaker is Auldon-Sweeney Wydo. Started her business at 19 years old when going to college. She earned the use of her first career car within 5 months and soon promoted herself to sales director. She's been a star consultant each quarter since beginning her business and has been on the Queen's Court of Sharing and the Court of Sales 5 times each. Auldon and her unit have achieved Unit Circle 5 times, the highest in 2022 at the Circle of Excellence $650,000 level. And she and her unit have earned 7 cars, 3 of them pink Cadillacs, and she was the youngest pink Cadillac director in Michigan at age 21. She and her husband Cody have traveled to the Bahamas on a cruise with Mary Kay and a 5-star trip to Edinburgh, Scotland. They currently live in Detroit with their baby boy Steele and 2 French bulldogs. So please welcome to the stage Auldon-Sweeney Wydo.
Yeah. She just held up 3 fingers and said, "You know what this means?" Yes, and I don't need 3 cookies. Oh my goodness. So I get to share with you guys just for a few minutes, and this is so fun for me, you guys. Oh yeah, okay. So here's the photos. Here's what she really cares about. So that is my son Steele, and he should be here sometime. Cody just texted me and said, "We're running behind. None of his clothes fit." I'm like, did he double in size since 7 a.m. when I left this morning? So who knows? Who knows what he's going to be wearing when he arrives? And then 2 crazy French bulldogs, Mr. and Cash, and that's Cody and I in Scotland, and then traveling to Scotland because when you go on top directors trips, you can bring all the luggage you want. So Cody basically had a carry-on, and all the rest was for me. So that is my family, but it's so fun to be on this stage, you guys. I grew up coming to this event for our Get Your Year in Gears, which I know many of you guys got to experience those as well. So it's fun to be on the stage because I've now become peers with the women that I learned from this stage. So the journey is so worth it, you guys. Congratulations for being here, for making the choice to show up, for choosing to invest in yourself. It really does make a huge difference. I just want to share with you guys a few things from my story. I had to call my mom. I'm like, okay, so exactly what do you want me to share? Because you guys, I've grown up in Mary Kay. I came home from the hospital in a pink Cadillac. Like, this has been my life. So honestly, I find my revelations through like real life things, like learning what a real job is. And you have to like work for vacation time. Like, I'm figuring all these life things out through my husband's job and all of that stuff because the Mary Kay world is so deeply ingrained in me. I had the privilege of having a mom, Dawn, that worked her business at a really high level. So at 9 years old, I think on my dad's photos, you got to see us up on stage. That's when I was 9 and my brother was 11 and my mom was queen. So we got to go to seminar. I thought it was for me. I had a crown. It was my day, okay? But I'm so thankful because I've grown up hearing all of these stories and growing up with women in Mary Kay as my mentors. So I think that has allowed me to make very different choices as I, decided to step into Mary Kay and do this for myself because I got to sit at the feet of, Dawn Otten-Sweeney. I got to sit at the feet of Debbie Moore, Kathy Hulu. Those were my mentors. And obviously you got to hear from my dad, who has been blessed with great trainers and mentors as well. And so growing up, I knew that I was always told never to take advice from people that I wouldn't trade places with. And you guys, I hope you take that to heart because there are so many people. I mean, people say whatever they want now. It's like it's wild, especially with social media and all the things, right? We all know that. But choose wisely who you allow to speak into your life, and if you wouldn't trade places with them, whether that's business or finances or marriage or parenting or whatever it is, don't take their advice. That's something that has been beneficial for me. And another one of my family's favorite quotes is, you can buy a vote, meaning, it could have a lot of meanings now, but meaning for us that if people aren't paying your bills, they don't get a vote with what you do with your time at all, okay? So everybody can have their own opinions, but if they're not paying for things, like, they don't get a vote. So when I chose to start my Mary Kay business at 19 and really quickly fell in love doing this for myself and how I could offer women hope and choices, and I decided to leave school after my sophomore year, it was much to some of my grandparents and, extended family's dismay, but they weren't offering to pay for anything, so they did not get a vote. Some of them still ask if I'm going to go back to college, and I'm probably not ever going to. You couldn't pay me to, because I chose to pursue my education within the realm of Mary Kay Cosmetics. So that was something that was a choice, and I'm so thankful that I chose to do that and the continued education, but I got to see modeled from a mom what hard work looked like. Nobody that's going to stand on the stage is going to say there's shortcuts or there's a magic bullet to anything. It takes hard work, but I saw that modeled. So I saw a mom that worked when it was inconvenient. I saw a mom that worked when people did crazy things, and they still do crazy things. Honestly, they're getting crazier, but it the work is worth it. I saw the big picture journey, as you guys do here with the women that are going to speak. You see the stories, so you know that getting from here to there is worth it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. Because I hope that you guys can see that all of the women in top positions in Mary Kay, they don't do Mary Kay because they couldn't do anything else. They're excellent at Mary Kay because they're using their God-given gifts and talents in the Mary Kay world. And we need more of that. We need you guys to be excellent at the level that you're called to be in this business. And we need you guys to go out and find more women of excellence so that we can multiply excellence. So just a few things with growing up pink, and kind of how it's fun to see how God has woven some aspects of my Mary Kay story in that I didn't really know, right? Because obviously, hindsight's 2020. I obviously grew up in Mary Kay, and I used to roll my eyes. I'm pretty good at it. And when people would say, are you going to do Mary Kay? And I would, no. And my mom's like, you can nicely say no, but don't roll the eyes. But I really didn't think that I was going to do Mary Kay. I don't really know what I thought I was going to do, but I really considered it heavily when I was in high school, because that was in 2008, 2009. And that's when, we're all pretty much Midwesterners, and if you're, local Detroit, that's when things got real dicey. And I saw a lot of my friends' families completely fall apart because of job loss with the auto industry. But I saw that that was not happening in my family because of the stability and the residual income built from my mom's Mary Kay business. And I thought, okay, I don't know if I'm going to do this Mary Kay thing, but I will for the control of that. And fast forward, you guys, this past March, I was 6 months pregnant. My husband was the top producer for a Detroit-based company, and he walked in after a morning skate, because he still plays hockey, so it was like 8 a.m. He walked in and said, I just got an email this morning, and my entire company's done. You guys, we had just moved into my absolute dream house. We were in the midst of going through expensive renovations, and it was fine. We were not bothered. We weren't bothered at all. We were calm because, you guys, I built a strong business in Mary Kay, and we knew whatever money needs to be made, I can and I get to in my Mary Kay business. We have control over that, and that's something that's not going to be taken away. So when you choose to invest your time, like how my dad was talking about time blocking, it's called the weekly plan sheet. You can print it on Mary Kay in Touch, and you can time block on there. And so when you're investing your time in your Mary Kay business, booking, coaching, selling, recruiting, and doing it all over again, like Kelly Collins shared, it's the same thing over and over again. When you're investing your time in a Mary Kay business, you're building something for the future. You're not exchanging your time for that one paycheck. You're building a residual business if you choose to build wisely. And I am pretty confident that you guys are here because you want to build wisely, and you are building wisely in your business. But that's a blessing, and I hope that you leave here emboldened to share this opportunity more intentionally than maybe you have before, because we're at a time that our company needs us to grow. Kelly was very clear with that. We need leaders, we need people to step up. But you guys, in the world right now, people need cash. Like, need cash. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, like some extra fun money would be nice. It's like, things are so expensive. If I don't have extra money, it's going to get ugly swiftly, right? So we need to let people know what Mary Kay has to offer and the benefit that it is. Um, a few things that I think I am so happy that I learned growing up. I saw it modeled that my mom taught that, or she worked this like a true business. It was not a hobby, so she didn't make hobby-like choices. So Monday night was always her meeting night, and that my brother and I loved it because that meant that we got to watch WWE wrestling and do things that we didn't normally do when mom was around. But it didn't matter if, we didn't tell her that we had, a play date scheduled or we had something. It was like, sucks to suck. I'm going to my job. I have my meeting. Like, this is my career. She wouldn't say it like that, but that's essentially what it was. But she built it so we respected it. So I would encourage you guys, as you leave here, are you showing your business the respect that it deserves? Because your family and your warm circle will never respect something that you don't. And honestly, they might never respect it or never get it. And again, unless they're paying your bills, they don't get a vote. But are you giving it the respect that it deserves? Because I will say this, and my brother would say this, we have no bad things to say about a Mary Kay business. We don't feel like we were left behind because my mom went to meetings or trips or seminar or anything like that. We're thankful she was willing to walk it out and use us as her reason versus using us as an excuse. Because the choices that we've had because of her intentional building of her Mary Kay business have been out of this world. And it's shown us what it looks like to work hard and be excellent at what we're called to do. Because that's really what the goal is, right? To hear good and faithful servant. You've got gifts and talents that you were given, and you need to do something with them. And while you guys are here, like Dawn was sharing at the beginning, ask, like she said, if my best isn't good enough, what do I need to change? I would encourage you guys to ask, like, why am I here? Why has God woven Mary Kay into my life? Like, what's that gut level that you need to do? Because I'm pretty clear all of you have it. Whether you choose to listen to it or not is a different story. Whether you choose to act upon it and walk towards it is a different story, and definitely plays into the self-discipline. But what do you know that you're supposed to do? Like that thing that is inside of you, you're called to do it. And in Mary Kay, things can look really pretty. You can be, in the jacket you want to be in, you can be driving the car you want to be in, but if you're playing small. Okay, it. And we need people to start playing big, to, with reckless abandon, go all out and say, like, all right, God, I got this. I'm going to run all out and see what this is like. What would it be like if you gave it 90 days? We have 4 months. Like, start with 90 days. What would it look like if you took off all of the excuses? You burdened yourself from all of the excuses or distractions or whatever you've been carrying with you. You leave it here today. And you walk out there knowing what you're doing in these next 90 days, which is also our final 4, and we are not closing. But we want you guys to finish this seminar year with excellence and start a new seminar year with excellence, because we need people to step up to the plate. And we need more women to know that you can make an executive income in Mary Kay. You can sell products to pay bills. My unit is called the work unit, you guys. This is how basic I am. We're called the work unit. And I'm very clear that we work. This is work, but you get paid and rewarded richly for working in a Mary Kay business and investing your gifts and talents in here. So you guys, as you go through today, I hope that you feel re-energized, that you feel more excited than when you came about what you get to do with your Mary Kay business. It's not I have to get bookings, I have to do 100 faces, I have to. It's I get to do this. This is the arena that God chose to put me in at this time, and I get to serve people through this product and through this opportunity. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of our Final Four event.
Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Everything's coming up easy.
Auldon gets more than cookies. Larry likes gifts too, so actually he gets a trip to Red Rocks. Our son is playing for the first time in April at Red Rocks. So family vacation, compliments of your wife. Thank you for doing a good 15 minutes and eating all the cookies.